Hi, I'm Dale Steele. I'm a sales representative for Goettl Air Conditioning in Phoenix, and I just want to talk about the core values of who we are as a company, and how we want to treat our customers, treat our teammates, and how our mindset and positive attitude can directly affect our production and affect our customers and our level of success. I try to leave every person that I interact with, I try to leave them in a better state of mind than when I found them. With customers, it's important because, if you don't leave them feeling some type of a connection, 2 hours later, the next day, they're going to wonder what they really did. Because a lot of times the emotion of, people buy on emotion, people make decisions based on emotions. And if you're not really focused on the person and trying to leave them better off than you found them, it's going to end up being buyer's remorse. And so you just want to make sure that you're making that connection with people and trying to keep it as light as possible. An air conditioner, a part, a capacitor, a motor, it's an inanimate object. So there's no personal human connection with that. In my mind, the best way to get somebody to like you is to like them first. If you think about it, it's very difficult to dislike someone if you can tell that they really like you. Getting someone to like you or liking someone first, it can't be contrived. I genuinely like people. That's my favorite part of this job. When I come in the morning, I like everybody I work with. I mean, I like all the technicians, I like the call center, and the customers, generally I like them too. When I walk into a situation, when I walk into a home, from the second I get out of my truck, I'm looking around. I'm looking at my surroundings. I'm looking at, I look at the license plate on the car. So I'm always looking to make those connections. I walk in the house and I look around. I see if I see something that I don't know what it is. If I see some object hanging on the wall, I'll look at it and say, wow, that's very interesting. What is that? And I let them, tell me their story. If I have an elderly couple that's in their 80s, in their 70s, I'll ask them, how did you guys meet? If it's somebody younger, you say, where are you from? I try to know a little bit about a lot of stuff, and it really helps me to have conversations with people. I just can't do the shuffle through the day. I'm actually looking for that human interaction and the connection. So really what it comes down to is the relationship, the person. I tell the guys, it's not about the what, it's about the who. The what is the air conditioner. The what is the motor. The who is you. We have to make them a Goettl customer. We do that by interacting with the client and the relationship building, which is the most important thing. Yeah, mindset is everything. A lot of people think that they can be completely negative, and then when they pull up to a customer's house or right before they walk in the door of the office, they can hit this reset button and walk in and fake it. And what I've found is that some people can do that, but generally people are not good actors. I'm not a good actor. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Where I've come from, today's a good day. You have to have that positive mindset. You have to dig deep. I always have to remember that if today is as good as it's going to get, how is it? And it's pretty good. I'm working for a company. I'm making making some money working around people that I generally like, and also I have to remember that it's my choice, to work at Goettl. And that's one of the things I talk about too, is that it's real easy to jump on the negative bandwagon. It takes no courage or strength to jump on a negative bandwagon. It's the easiest thing to do. What takes the strength and the courage is to see the bright side, and it rubs off on the clients. Sometimes caffeine. Have a cup of coffee. You got to figure out. I've on the way to calls before. I've jumped out of my truck and done jumping jacks on the side of the road because they get those the energy going, and then it helps my mindset. It's a cliche that if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. That's true. There's a certain confidence that comes from this team of 400 people around us. You're not by yourself. You've got Ken Gooders backing you up. Managers, you've got coworkers, and everybody has the same goal. And when you have a really strong organization behind you, you can be confident. It's like if you're a football fan, watching a quarterback in the pocket. If he's confident in his offensive line, he's going to stand there like a statue, and he's going to be able to scan the field and maybe hold on to the ball a little bit longer and find that open receiver. But if the quarterback's not confident in his offensive line, you can see it. You can see he's going to get rid of the ball too quick. He's going to make mistakes. With Goettl, we've got this team around us, propping us up. And because of that, every time I get put on the uniform, I put on the shirt, I get in front of a customer, I can be confident because of who I work for and what this team is. Everybody's here to support you. That's the biggest thing. No one is on their own. Everyone that here is to support you. We do our call-by-call management. It's like you're on a sales call, you're on a maintenance call, you're on a service call. You're not there by yourself. You're there with the entire organization. We have these great cell phones, right? FaceTime, you can show somebody what you're looking at. They can look at the system with you. We have iAuditor to real-time audit our install process. There's so many tools that we have that if you're not confident in yourself, that's okay. Just be confident in the process. Trust the process. There are so many highs and lows in this industry, as maybe in any industry, in life in general, but in the air conditioning industry, it's crazy. And you have to stay even keeled. You have to stay the course. I've seen a lot of people make really bad decisions because they're successful. An example would be, I just had the best month of my career. I could take my talent anywhere. It's all about me. I'm the best. I'm going to go shop my talent. And then I've seen people that have had a horrible month and they say, well, I could do better. I'm not being treated right. I'm not getting the right opportunities. I'm going to go somewhere else. And so I think the important thing, the area in the middle, that's where it's all at. That's where the calm is. Just being grateful for the fact that we have this organization around us. Everybody says, oh, we work for the greatest brand, right? Goettl is the greatest brand to me. If you truly believe that, it's hard to get too wrapped up in your success. It's hard to think that your success is all about you because you've got this whole organization propping you up. And then on the flip side, if you're having a down week, a down month, they say this too shall pass. And with Goettl, we've already got a leg up. I mean, the people are, if they're an old customer, they're still with us, so they must love Goettl. If they're a new customer, well, why are they calling us? They're calling us because of the radio commercials. And we walk in the door. They love Ken. They love the flashlight story. They love Sadie. We are already in a position to win. I mean, how many things have to happen before I get there? For me to get on a sales call, Ken has to come up with an idea. He has to send it to Roy. Roy has to write a script. Ken has to record a commercial. The customer has to connect with it. The customer has to call Goettl. The CSR has to answer the call and book the call. Then the operations has to put it on the right guy. The dispatcher has to make sure we're on time. The technician has to go out and set the lead. Then I finally, after all of that happens, I get to go out in front of a customer and hopefully, they purchase an air conditioner or whatever. And so if I'm successful and I make the sale, can I really take all the credit? Or can I just give the credit to myself and the technician who set the lead? No way. There's a whole team, a whole organization that propped us up, that got me on that call. It's hard to make your success all about yourself. That's the thing, is that I like being part of a team. I have a role in that team, and I just try to do that the best I can and just keep my head screwed on straight. My experience is that making money is a byproduct of doing the right thing. I have to make sure that I'm putting the customer's needs first. And if I do that, and I give great service, 5-star service, we work in an organization that if you do a good job, if you do a great job, you will be compensated for how well of a job you've done. And it really comes down to communication. The better you communicate with the clients, the more money you make. It's a beautiful thing. And it's funny that if I look at the successes that I've had over the years, meaning sales, right? The ones that I didn't make, I had no connection with that person. The ones that I made, the biggest ones or the best ones or just the consistent ones, there was this personal connection with the client. I mean, I had a customer the other day where I was there for 10 minutes and found out that he went to high school with my uncle 40 years ago, 2,000 miles away. And I wouldn't have made that connection had I not taken the time and made it about the client. Customers can tell what your intentions are. I personally don't swing for the fence when I get in front of customers. I just try to get them what they want. It was put to me a while ago by someone that Sales is figuring out what somebody wants and then making it easy for them to get it. And so that's what I do. I mean, I don't feel like I have to sell them this to be successful. I'm successful if I've taken care of the customer's needs and their wants. End result is you make a lot more money. Be an expert. If you're going to offer financing, know your financing. Know your numbers. Know your product. Know your teammates. Know your customer. Know Goettl. Know the story. The flashlight story. You need to know that story. You need to know about Sadie. Those are the reasons why the client has reached out to us in the first place. All we really have to do is continue the message that Ken has given on the radio commercials. And if you can do that to a high level, you're going to give the best service. You're going to give the best value. You're going to be there for the customer. And then guess what? Everything falls into place and we feed our families. From the first time I ever met Ken Goodrich, he's an amazing person to work for. We've got this amazing brand, the best of everything. We've got the best advertising, the best trucks, the best employees, the best equipment. I might not have chose Goettl at first. I just kind of stumbled my way in, but now I'm here. I choose to be here, doing things the right way, not the easy way. We are just ripe for success, and every one of us has this amazing opportunity to, in a lot of ways, write our own paycheck, write our own story. We have gadgets today that make our lives easier. If you started doing long arithmetic, long division on a piece of paper in front of a client, they'd say, why don't you just use your calculator that's on your phone? The one thing that you can't be efficient on is building a relationship. It takes the time it takes. It might take 5 minutes for you and I to click. It might take 30 seconds for me to click with someone else. It might take an hour to click with somebody. It might take 2 hours and you never make the connection, but you still have to try. The relationship is everything. It's the most important thing. Negativity is contagious. It just takes a little spark of negativity and it just runs rampant because it's so easy to jump on a negative bandwagon. I always talk about it that one technician will call another technician and go, I'm having a horrible day. Are you having a bad day? Yeah, I'm having a bad day too. Well, I talked to Joe and he's having a bad day too. But we're just venting. It's like, it's that negativity. It's contagious. It just runs rampant. It takes way more courage and strength to stop that negativity and point out the bright side in a bad situation. So we try to keep it out of the tech room. If you've got something negative to say, we say that behind closed doors because I can't afford to be negative. My family can't afford me to be negative when I'm out trying to do my job. The company can't afford me or anyone else to be negative. We have to keep a positive mindset. Hey, I hope you were able to get something out of our conversation today. And if you ever need to talk, or if you ever want to talk, my number is available, and just reach out to me, and I'll do what I can to help you.